Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. As you just hear, the topic of my speech is Islamic morals. Islam is the religion of nature, which we call Din Fitrat. Allah has created us and He knows our nature best. He is the one who revealed the Holy Quran and He gave the teachings according to our nature. So it is not difficult for us to act upon this teaching because it is in accordance with our nature. Allah the Almighty says, La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wus'aha. God does not burden a soul beyond its capacity. Islam teaches us morals which are basically of two categories. They are akhlaq-e hasana and akhlaq-e sayya, means the good morals and bad morals. Islamic teachings promote the good morals and abstain us from the bad morals. For this purpose, we find two types of commands in the Holy Quran, which are called awamiru nawahi, do's and nays. Certain things Allah commands us to do to develop good morals, and other things He commands us not to do, to remove all the impurities from our character. Holy Quran has explained all these morals in minute details and has guided us how to attain these high morals gradually, step by step, and consistently. It is beyond my capacity to explain all of them within this short time. However, I just want to count a few of them here to remind ourselves. Among them are chastity, cleanliness, cooperativeness in doing good, forgiveness, frugality, that means to spend simple life within your limited resources, fulfillment of promises, gratefulness, hospitality, humility, justice, kindness, moderation, peacemaking, perseverance, philanthropy, that is to do the welfare for mankind, and retaliation. Retaliation is also when it is in accordance to the requirements to take revenge when there is need. Spirit of sacrifice, steadfastness, suppression of anger, trust in God, trustworthiness and truthfulness, unity, spiritual development, so on and so on. As I said, each and every quality is discussed thoroughly in the Holy Quran. But today I want to throw a brief light on chastity. It is mentioned in the Holy Quran, وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِفُرُوجِهِمْ حَافِظُونَ إِلَّا عَلَىٰ أَزْوَاجِهِمْ أَوْ مَا مَلَكَتْ أَيْمَانُهُمْ فَإِنَّهُمْ غَيْرُ مَلُومِينَ فَمَنِ ابْتَغَىٰ وَرَاءَ ذَلِكَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْعَادُونَ. Surah Al-Mu'minun, chapter 23, verses 6 to 8. The English translation is, and who guard their chastity except from their wives or what their right hands possess, for then they are not to be blamed. But those who seek anything beyond that are the transgressors. Marriage is a sacred bond between a man and a woman. To establish any relation between a man and a woman without nikah or proper marriage is unlawful and is strictly forbidden in Islam. Nikah is a means to safeguard our chastity. Allah says in the Holy Quran, وَالْمُحْصَنَاتُ مِنَ النِّسَاءِ إِلَّا مَا مَلَكَتْ أَيْمَانُكُمْ كِتَابَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ وَأُحِلَّ لَكُمْ مَا وَرَاءَ ذَلِكُمْ أَن تَبْتَغُوا بِأَمْوَالِكُمْ مُحْسِنِينَ غَيْرَ مُسَافِحِينَ فَمَا اسْتَمْتَعْتُمْ بِهِ مِنْهُنَّ فَآتُوهُنَّ أُجُورَهُنَّ فَرِيضَةً وَلَا جُنَاحَ عَلَيْكُمْ فِيمَا تَرَاضَيْتُمْ بِهِ مِنْ بَعْدِ الْفَرِيضَةِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ كَانَ عَلِيمًا حَكِيمًا. Meaning, and forbidden to you are married women except such as your right hands possess. This has Allah enjoined on you and allowed to you all those beyond that you seek them by means of your property, marrying them properly and not committing fornication, and for the benefit you receive from them, give them their dowries as fixed, and there is no blame on you what you do by mutual agreement after the fixing of the dowry. Surely Allah is all-knowing, wise. These verses are from Surah Al-Nisa, chapter 4, verse number 25. The Holy Quran does not take merely a superficial view of things, but goes to their very roots. Every good or bad quality springs from a certain root. In the case of good quality, the Quran enjoins that the root should be mastered and fully kept under control. In the case of an evil, it aims at its complete eradication and extermination, and thus bolts and bars all the avenues to it. As It is the eyes through which most evil thoughts enter the mind. So the believing men and women are commanded to restrain their looks when they happen to meet one another. The Quranic verses in this regard are قُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ يَغُضُّوا مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ وَيَحْفَظُوا فُرُوجَهُمْ ذَلِكَ أَزْكَى لَهُمْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ خَبِيرٌ بِمَا يَصْنَعُونَ وَقُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنَاتِ يَغْضُضْنَ مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِنَّ وَيَحْفَظْنَ فُرُوجَهُنَّ وَلَا يُبْدِينَ زِينَتَهُنَّ إِلَّا مَا ظَهَرَ مِنْهَا وَلْيَضْرِبْنَ بِخُمُرِهِنَّ على جيوبهن ولا يبدين زينتهن إلا لبعولتهن أو آبائهن أو آباء بعولتهن أو أبنائهن أو أبناء بعولتهن أو إخوانهن أو بني إخوانهن أو بني أخواتهن أو نسائهن أو ما ملكت أيمانهن أو التابعين غير أولي الإربة من الرجال أو الطفل الذين لم يظهروا على عورات النساء ولا يضربن بأرجلهن ليعلم ما يخفين من زينتهن وتوبوا إلى الله جميعا أيها المؤمنون لعلكم تفلحون. Meaning, say to the believing men that they restrain their looks and guard their private parts, that is purer for them. Surely Allah is well aware of what they do. And say to the believing women that they restrain their looks and guard their private parts, and that they display not their beauty or their embellishment except that which is apparent thereof, and that they draw their head coverings over their bosoms, and that they display not their beauty or their embellishment save to their husbands or to their fathers or the fathers of their husbands or their sons, or the sons of their husbands, or their brothers, or the sons of their brothers, or the sons of their sisters, or women who are their companions, or those that their right hands possess, or such of male attendants to as have no desire for women, or young children who have not yet attained knowledge of the hidden parts of women, and that they strike not their feet, so that what they hide of their ornaments may become known. And turn ye to Allah all together, O believers, that you may prosper. These verses are from Surah Al-Nur, chapter 24, and verse number 31 and 32. There are various verses of the Holy Quran throwing light on the Islamic parda, means using veil, which is a means to keep our chastity. Because of the time, I cannot go into more detail. However, let us have a quick glance on few of these verses for our better understanding. It is mentioned in the Holy Quran, O Prophet, tell thy wives and thy daughters and the women of the believers that they should let down over them their loose outer garments, that is more likely that they will thus be recognized and not molested. O wives of the Prophet, you are not like any other women if you are righteous. So be not soft in speech, lest he in whose heart is a disease should feel tempted, and speak decent words, and stay in your houses with dignity, and do not show off yourselves in the manner of showing off of those women of the former days of ignorance. O ye who believe, let those whom your right hands possess, and those of you who have not attained to puberty, ask leave of you at 3 times before coming into your private apartments, before the morning prayer, and when you lay aside your clothes at noon in summer, and after the night prayer. It is concluded from these verses that Muslim women are required to wear their loose outer garments when they go out, which should cover their heads and bosoms in such a manner that the garment should come down from the head to the bosom, covering the whole body. The wearing of an outer garment is intended to save a Muslim woman when she goes out about her business from the mental anguish of being stared at or molested or in any other way by persons of questionable character. Muslim men and women are advised to restrain their looks when they happen to face each other. This is called Ghazze Basar. The words "and stay in your houses" imply that whereas women may go out when necessary, but the principal and primary sphere of their activities is inside the house. At three stated hours, even children are not allowed to enter the private apartments of their parents, nor are domestic servants allowed to enter the sleeping rooms of their masters. In this way, Islam teaches to safeguard our chastity and guides us from various angles so that we may protect ourselves from all satanic temptations. May Allah enable us to act upon this beautiful teaching, and we get prosperity and pleasure of Allah the Almighty.